Okay, today we're doing Module 1, Foundation of Algebra, A.APR.1, Level 4 Reteach. So let's take a look at this. So we're going to need to simplify expression, write your simplify expression in standard form. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to share, and then I'm going to take this number and I'm going to share. So when I do that, I'm going to get a negative 12a to the third, because it's one negative. I'm going to get another negative 24a to the second, because it's negative. And I take the 6a and a minus 8, that's going to get me a minus 48. Now when I do the negative 6, two negatives make a positive, so I'm going to get a plus 12a to the second. Two negatives make a positive, and I'm going to get a plus 24a. Two negatives make a positive, and I get a plus 48. Now I got to put them in standard form. So I'm going to look for the biggest number with the highest exponent. Not the biggest number, but the highest exponent. So I get a negative 12a to the third. That's the highest. Then I notice I have an x to the second. I'm going to combine those, and I'm going to get a minus 12a to the second. And I did not put an a here. This should be an a. So this and this together, I'm going to combine them, and I get a minus 24a, and then finally a plus 48. Let's take a look at the next one. So if you take a look at this, it says the perimeter of a rectangle is expressed by this, and the width is this. So I'm just going to go over what a perimeter of a rectangle is. We know it's the length, the width, and the width. So if I was going to write up a formula, I know it's 2L plus 2W is going to get me the perimeter of the rectangle. So underneath the word perimeter, I'm going to put in my 2x squared plus 5x plus 9. I'm going to bring down, because I don't know what the L is, I'm going to put a 2L plus, and I'm going to put 2 parentheses 2x squared plus 1. At this time, I need to distribute. So I'm just going to bring this down so I don't lose it. I'm going to bring the 2L, and now I'm going to distribute. So I get 4x squared plus 2. And then I need to subtract and get the L by itself. So I'm going to subtract two things at one time. This cancels out, and that's going to get me a negative 2x squared plus 5x plus 7 equals 2L. Now I'm going to divide everything by 2. So when I do, 2's cancels out, and I get a negative x squared plus 5 over 2x plus 7 over 2 equals L. So that would be my correct answer. The only thing I would do is to write it with a unit. So you want to keep it as a unit, as units squared. Now we're going to be finding the missing sides of the following 3D figure. Then find the area of the front side of the figure. So what I'm going to do here is I need to find this whole side right here. I need to get this. So what I'm going to do is I need to get that. So what I'm going to get is I need to get these two sides. So it's x minus 1 plus x minus 1, which would get me 2x minus 2. So that's this whole side, the smaller side. That I'm going to move down here, and I'm going to take that, and I have to subtract this 2x plus 4, and then I'm going to subtract 2x minus 2. So when I do that, I need to distribute Mr. Wonderful, the negative, this negative 1 here. So I'm going to get a minus 2x plus 2. These cancel out, and I'm going to get 4 plus 2 is 6. So that would be my dimensions of my smaller triangle. This would be 6. So taking a look at this, let's take a look. So we're going to do area equals large minus small. So when I do that, I know the formula is 1/2 base times height. So the large dimensions, that's what I wanted to do. My large dimensions are pretty easy. So I get my large dimensions, that would be this and this. So I'm going to do 1/2 base 2x plus 4 and x plus 4. To get my small one, which is why I had to get that 6, I needed to get the small, I needed to know how tall the small bottom it is. I know the base and the height is x and 6. So I'm going to put brackets, because you always want to put brackets, 1/2, and then I'm going to put times 6, and then I'm going to put x. Now, I'm going to distribute this half across. When I distribute that half across, I'm going to get 1/2 times 2x is going to get me just x, and 1/2 times 4 is just a 2. Now I look at that and I can see that I can FOIL. This I'm multiplying, and I can just, 2 goes into 6 3 times. Now I'm going to do my quick FOIL, first outer, inner, last. So first terms, last terms, inner terms, and outer, last. So we're going to get a plus 8 minus 3x. Now I'm going to combine like terms. And when I do, my final answer is A equals x squared plus 3x plus 8 units squared. Taking a look at the next one, we're going to need to do the same thing. But this time it's rectangles, so it's large minus small. So area equals length times width minus length times width. I'm going to put parentheses around it because I got to subtract. Now this one is pretty straightforward. I don't really have to look at it. I can see the length and the width pretty easily on my figures. Here's the big, so I'm going to take those. And then for the small one, I'm going to put it in parentheses. I'm going to take these two, x, and then x plus 3. And let's take a look here. Let's make that so you can read it. So this is a 2. So the first 2 looks like FOIL, so I'm just going to quickly FOIL. So I'm going to have 2x squared plus 7x plus 8x plus 28. Then I'm going to put this in parentheses. We want to keep it in this bracket. So we get x squared plus 3x. I want to keep it that way so that now I have to distribute. So I'm going to combine like terms, and then I'm going to distribute all at the same time. So that's going to get me a plus 15x plus 28 minus x squared minus 3x. Finally, I'm going to combine like terms one last time. And I'm kind of marking it up. I know Mr. Wonderful's here, so 2 minus 1 is x squared. 15 minus 3 is plus 12x plus 28 units squared. So let's take a look at the next page. So the next page is volume. So volume is length times width times height. So that is my formula, length times width times height. So this one is pretty easy. I just do x times 3x and 3x plus 10. I take all dimensions and put it in there. And it doesn't matter which order you put it in. I quickly did this math first, and then I distribute. And so this one was pretty easy. It's not that complicated. At least I don't think it is. And then you write units cubed, because volume is always cubed. Now this one, we need to simplify the expression, write the simple expression in standard form. So we're going to take down, I'm going to bring down the 3xy, I'm going to bring down the 15x, I'm going to bring down the minus 2x, I'm going to put my bracket. And I'm going to distribute, I get 8y plus 32. So 8y plus 32 minus 60, because I'm going to distribute, plus 40. 2 negatives make a positive, plus 8, bring down your bracket. Then on the next line, I'm going to do 3xy plus 15x. And I am going to start to distribute. I need to distribute the negative 2 all the way across. So I'm going to have a minus 16xy. Then I'm going to have a minus 64x. Then a plus 120x. Then a minus 8xy. And a minus 16x. At this time, I'm going to combine like terms. I'm going to do my x's first. So I got these 3 x's. You add them up and I get 55x. And then finally I'm going to do my xy's. Oh, I forgot this one, but I did add that in there. So I'm going to add those up and I get a minus 93xy. Taking a look at the next one. It says find the missing sides of the following 3D figure, then find the area of the front side of the figure. So area equals length 1 minus plus length 2. I'm going to divide this up into 2 areas. So if I put a line here, I'm going to make this A1 and I'm going to make this A2. So again, we have to figure out what our dimensions are. So I got to take this and I need to combine them. So I get 2x plus 4 plus x plus 6. To get those, I get 3x, take these, and is it a minus 6? Oh, it's a minus 6. I didn't do it correctly. It just should be a minus 6. It's right here, so minus 6, and I get a minus 2. So for the dimensions over here, I'm going to take these right here, and I got to subtract. So I got to take the bigger number first, and then I'm going to subtract that from the smaller one. So I need to distribute that negative across first. So I get a minus x minus 3. Combine like terms, Mr. Wonderful's here, so I get a 4x, and I'm going to get a minus 5. So once I get that, then I'm good to go. So if I take the dimensions of this big A1, I'm going to use this number and this number, so I'm going to have 3x minus 2 and then an x plus 3. Then I'm going to put plus, and then I always like to keep brackets around it, and I'm going to take, for the smaller shape, I'm going to take these two numbers, so I get 4x minus 5, and then I have 2x plus 4 in a bracket. Now, I'm going to need to FOIL. So I'm going to FOIL the first one, and I get 3x squared plus 9x minus 2x minus 6 plus, and then I do the second one, and I get 8x squared plus 16x minus 10x minus 20. Then I notice it's a plus sign, so it doesn't really matter, so then I can just combine like terms. When I combine like terms, you know, these go together and these can go together. So underneath, I'm just going to go A equals 3x squared, and I kind of combine them with two separate problems just to make it easier for me. I do it a little bit smaller. Now, because there's a plus, I can just combine the whole thing at one time. And I get A equals, combine the x's, that's going to get me 11x squared. Combine those, you get a plus 13x. And finally, a minus 26 units squared. Taking a look at the last problem. So the last problem of this one was very similar to the one that we did here. We have an A1 and an A2, and we do area equals length times width plus length times width. I'm going to say this A1 and A2. What I'd like you to do is let's figure out the dimensions real fast, and then I want you to pause the video, and I would like you to try to get this by yourself. So what I'm doing is taking this, and I'm going to subtract the 3x minus 2, so I get 7x plus 5 minus 3x plus 2. I'm going to get, this would be 4x plus 7. Now this dimension, I need to add them, so I'm going to take this, and I'm going to add them together. And I'm going to get 4x plus 5. So this would be 4x plus 5. Now I am going to put it in here. And I'm going to have you do this problem on your own, and then I would like you to check your work. Pause the video. So I had to rewrite it, and when I rewrote it, I did the first one. I did 4x plus 7 plus 3x plus 4, and then I did FOIL, and then I did the small one, 3x minus 2 and 4x plus 5, then combine like terms, and my final answer is 24x squared plus 44x plus 18 units squared. Thanks for listening and have a great day. Bye.